the medicine woman.
Hi guys, it's Asha Loveday. It's your medicine woman here, and this is why people pleasing is a trauma response and how to break free from people pleasing. So, so people pleasing often comes from feeling the need to stay safe, liked, or invisible. So there are different ways that that can manifest. So if you're unsafe, you literally have to people please. You have to people please so that you can survive the situation that you're in and so that your abuser abuses you less. Or that sometimes in spaces where there is someone who is scapegoated and someone who is pedestalized, I'm so sorry. You always have to be the person who is pedestalized for your own survival, at least. Becoming the scapegoat is something that a lot of people sometimes don't even survive. So that is how it makes sense in feeling safe. And being liked, sometimes you have to suck up to your boss to get paid. And being liked by people generally, human beings, it is very traumatic and very it dysregulates us when we are left out of the group. We're social creatures and we want to be liked. Sometimes for being invisible perhaps is something that is safe for us. It's something that it stops us from being scrutinized, from being judged, from being discriminated against. When you are invisible for a lot of people, you are experiencing a safety that is not attached to you when you're seen. So it is something that you just people please so that you can just get out of the way and experience less trauma. And that's why this happens, and that's where people pleasing comes from. It is a survival tactic and it's not a personality trait. And I think that distinguishing between the two is important because so much of you is suppressed and so much of you is denied the opportunity to thrive because of people pleasing. Your relationships are not given the opportunity to thrive. Your business ventures may not be given the opportunity to thrive. Your own overall autonomy and authority over your own life is not given the opportunity to thrive and to happen in the most authentic way possible and in the most fulfilling way possible. So oftentimes you create situations or sometimes it's not your fault, you don't create situations, but you are creating situations where you are creating underlying resentment for those circumstances that you're in, for the people that put you in those circumstances, or sometimes the miscommunication we have with the people that we love that tells us that we have to be a doormat for them to be happy. Sometimes it's not even the people that put those expectations on us. It's just something that we're groomed into. And then we come into relationships, for example, with someone who is a healthier person and we resent them for being able to speak up for themselves. We resent them for being able to advocate for themselves because we feel like I don't do that or I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So why does this person deserve that? So it's the thing about people pleasing is it doesn't make you necessarily make you a good person and it doesn't mean that you are like doing that person a favor in the best way. The best favor you can do for anyone who you are close to is tell them the truth. I always tell people, if I can't tell you the truth, we're not friends. We're acquaintances, obviously, but if I cannot be frankly honest with you, and I mean this with love, like not like brutally honest, like honest with you, we're not friends. And it's the same thing. If you're not being honest with the people you're with, you're not building genuine, authentic connections with them, and you're not doing yourself a favor by allowing that person to know someone that isn't real, that isn't you. And it will soon come out. And when resentment and underlying resentment for the person is hidden, it's something that will affect your relationship and will make you lash out at that person when that person is not deserving of that. It's not ethical. So it can show up in over apologizing and having a fear of saying no. I always say that saying no is not rude, saying no is not a bad thing. And if there's any culture or any source like social like room that says saying no is bad or saying no is awful or is rude, abolish it. That it makes no sense. You as a human being have the right to your own autonomy. And anyone or any system that is taking that away from you is not anyone or any system that's taking that away from you is not one you should be involved in anyways because it's hurting your psyche. And you have at least the right to have a head start in becoming the person that you're supposed to be. Because what people pleasing does is deny you of that. So It will disconnect you from your needs. Oftentimes, when I grew up and I was people pleasing, I didn't even know what my needs are. If you don't know what your needs are, sometimes you don't even know what to look for in life, or you don't even know what to look for in people. And you wonder why you're so unfulfilled and you don't know yourself. It's because you don't even know what your own needs are. I used to be in relationships and feel like, I'm too needy. I don't need attention, but I do need attention. And astrology helped with that because I found that I'm a Mars and Leo and we're people who like attention or to keep up with someone or feel as though we're in their lives. So, discovering these things about yourself will have you become very like there are no you won't negotiate your own values, your own needs. You won't become a shell of a person because every human being should have their own needs, their own values, and their own expectations. And if they're not being met, you should leave the situation and you should become become a parent that this process sorry you should become aware that this process of like authenticity is one that will have to do with not having certain people around you. Rebuilding your self trust is key. So it starts with little things. So sometimes it's little things that happen to us. We don't even know we're being abused and it happens to us when we can't do the hairstyles we want to do. We can't even eat the food we want to eat. We can't even wear the things we want to wear. Start and stop asking people every 2 seconds what thing you want to do or what place you want to go to. If they don't want to go with you, go yourself. Wear that hairstyle. Wear this what's it called? Dress a specific way because you're only doing yourself a favor. When you start with baby steps like that, it becomes much easier for you to be like, hey, no, actually, I'm not. Hey, no, actually, I'm not interested in doing that or being involved in this situation or whatever. You're just not interested, and it will become something that is easier. Name your needs. After that, prioritize micro boundaries. When you prioritize micro boundaries, like I said before, you you know you become more powerful and give yourself the power to exit situations that are not beneficial to you. Actually, I don't like it when you touch me like that. Actually, could we do this? Actually, do what's the goal? And then as you practice micro boundaries, you give micro consequences. As I've said, some people, we don't have necessarily the power or the strength to have big consequences. So if you can't leave him, for example, maybe you don't make his favorite food for dinner tonight, or maybe just things that are very realistic and attainable for you, and sit with the discomfort of disappointing others. This it's like some people hate the villain era thing, but I'm encouraging you to be the villain and not be the villain, like be awful. I don't care about anyone, but be the villain in people's stories and be the villain enough to do them the favor where you you question them and you challenge their own authority over your own life because maybe you may be the one to push them to understand that you can't just treat people that way. And I will say self worth is not earned. So overextending yourself is not the best thing. It's not earned by extending yourself or overextending yourself. You can't give someone out of your cup if your cup is empty. You have to give. So if it's something that is taking away from what is you need to sustain yourself, cut it off. So this is the end of the video. I hope it was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you supporting me. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications to see more videos. Comment pink hearts, and it's Asha Lovely Day, telling you and enforcing you to have a lovely day. Bye.